And following them will be the discussion on the challenges of one-size-fits-all policies and concerns regarding liability protections for those who are following safety precautions. Speaking to that will be Alan Sobel, who's managing partner at Sobel and chair of the New Jersey CPA Society, followed by Frank Jones of Mint Insurance. And Frank, go ahead.
Good morning. Well, I am glad to be here. Come here a little bit weighty. I've been in the insurance business for 25 years, and my agency group represents about 12,000 businesses in the state of New Jersey. We are currently dealing with a number of issues, obviously, in the insurance industry, but what is most pressing has been the concern of business owners of expanded liability, if you will. The concern is that with no immunity from liability for those who would suggest or allege contraction of the COVID coronavirus, if you will, through a place of business, business owners are concerned with expanding their openings with allowing people inside, and it is further stagnating the growth of both their business and the economy. They're not looking to operate in a very autonomous, free way, not adhering to the CDC guidelines, but rather are asking us if they do adhere to the ever-moving, by the way, adjusting, unsure of what actually will continue to work. And that's not a tongue-in-cheek comment, that's a sincere comment. As the science is adjusted as to whether or not the contraction and transmission of coronavirus is done via surface touching, and then it's not, and then it is, and then whether the masks are truly preventative, although we obviously suggest all of our insureds adhere to the CDC guidelines. Their questions are, if we adhere, are there protections for us from liability? And right now, sadly, the answer is no, and that is creating much consternation, and I'm understating the concern, with many businesses ranging from hospitality all the way through to your small florist and deli and large businesses that would normally see much foot traffic on a daily basis. It is not helpful, and it is a great, having great impact on the minds of those running businesses who already assume much liability on a regular basis. Without any protections, it is going to continue to slow the progress. The other thing that these insureds, commercial insureds, are mentioning is their concern with the workers' compensation bill that was recently signed by Governor Murphy back on the 14th of September that provides workers' compensation coverage retroactive back to March 9th for those employees who contracted COVID-19 and will continue as the health emergency declarations continue. An employee can certainly very easily make a claim of workers' compensation, and the presumption is that and it's compensatory presumption, that the employee contracted COVID while in their course of employment. Obviously, as you know, we were in March and April. The CARES Act made money available to pay for those concerns and those who contracted COVID while working as an essential employee. But as time has grown and doors have opened, although we are concerned not widely enough for business, the workers' compensation claims that can continue putting the absolute liability again back on the employer to, instead of the employee having to verify an injury was sustained through their course of employment, instead now that has reverted and reversed and put the rebuttable presumption language in there, and now the employers would have to provide substantial confirmation and proof, which would be, again, science is not clear, impossible to provide proof that the employee did not contract COVID at the place of employment. So many pressing issues concerning businesses and certainly slowing the economic growth. So Michelle, back to you.
Thanks, Frank. I'm going to toss it over to Alan Sobel to talk to us about the challenges of one size fits all. Alan?
I am privileged to be here today and just offer a perspective on what is needed to get our great state back to helping small and mid-sized businesses get through the harsh economic realities of the COVID-19 pandemic. This has gone on longer and with more severity than any of us could possibly have imagined. Now, I'm at the virtual town hall today wearing two hats. First, I'm the managing member of a 170-person CPA firm, an advisory firm that works primarily with small and mid-sized entrepreneurial and family-owned businesses, as well as small and mid-sized nonprofit organizations. These clients of ours collectively represent over 1,000 employers in the state of New Jersey. And secondly, I'm proud to be the president of the NJCPA, the professional society of the certified public accountants in our state, comprising over 14,000 members. Each of these members are also very active in assisting business clients or the companies that they directly work for navigate the challenges that are facing them during this pandemic. In conversation after conversation with my clients, I hear the same two refrains. The state must stop applying a one-size-fits-all back to work and opening up for business guidelines for each business segment, and that many struggling business owners are in desperate need for the financial resources to survive during their complete shutdowns or reduced capacities. As I see it, the state needs to issue basic standards of safety to ensure our public health, but then they must allow business owners the flexibility to develop the ultimate open for business solution that works for their unique situation, while at the same time meeting those minimum standards. The business owners that I know and work with are very responsible and and take the safety and well-being of their employees and customers very, very seriously. Let these entrepreneurs work on their own custom solutions to opening while simultaneously meeting the basic standards. Hold those that violate those basic safety standards accountable, but don't punish the good operators because of those who try to take advantage of the much needed flexibility. The state also needs to free up the CARES Act relief money to help struggling businesses. PPP was helpful in paying workers, but it didn't help those that were completely shut down, those businesses that were completely shut down, or covering other fixed costs for those who have had to deal with significantly reduced revenues. Imagine if your revenues are down 75%, having to cut 75% of your fixed cost. It's nearly impossible. Many small business owners don't have the resources to capitalize their business any further and are facing permanent shutdown. We must find ways to pay the frontline business owners that are struggling through no fault of their own to keep their occupancy and customer interactions at the levels that they are required during these times. Collectively, these small and mid-sized business owners in New Jersey and throughout the United States employ more people than those our government has subsidized in the past for bailouts of all sorts. It has reached a critical level, and these businesses need help without further delay. So thank you for that. And Michelle, I think it goes back to you.